We'll get settled in.
Yeah, and I just posted something. We're going to do a gentle, somewhat of a yin practice for our Sunday morning. So I'll give you guys a few minutes to get some props. If you have blocks, that's great. Blankets are also great. You can use them as blocks. Just fold them up. I'm sure y'all have some blankets in your house. And then also we need a strap. Now, if you don't have a strap, you can use a tie. You can use a shirt. You can use a towel. Really anything that you can use just as arm extenders in some poses. If you can't quite reach your feet with your hands, then this will be a great addition. So I'll give you guys a minute. A belt? Yeah, good idea. Give you guys a minute or two to grab your stuff. And also, if you like to move towards a wall, I'll give us an opportunity towards the end of class to hold legs at the wall for Shavasana. So, yeah.
So,
go ahead and take your time. How are you guys? How's everyone doing? I know.
How are you?
I'm good. Yeah, I'm feeling good. My kids are officially on spring break, which means I don't have to be a homeschool teacher, which I haven't been doing great at anyways, for 2 weeks. So, woo! Party time.
Spring break 2 weeks?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So kind of bummed we can't go anywhere, but it's all right. Find some fun stuff to do around the house.
Mm-hmm. Plenty of stuff to do around here.
So much stuff to do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I've been digging gravel and rocks with Andrew. Well, he's been doing most of it, but I haven't put in some work. So rocks and gravel and wheelbarrows over and over again. So this is going to feel super good. Yeah. Oh, my back's a little tight. Awesome.
I want to yoga with you guys.
I know.
Okay. We got sound on deck.
Sound on deck. Perfect. Well, now that it's spring break with my kids, before this happened, I was supposed to be doing homeschool. And I was feeling a little bit guilty, like I wasn't doing enough to keep them entertained, doing enough while they're home. So if anyone has been feeling that way, that maybe they should be using this time to do certain things, I just want to give you guys the opportunity here in this space to not have to worry about that. Like, just be. Maybe take this time to meditate.
Yeah,
just
sit
with yourself.
Yeah,
focus on you. Give yourself some, just love and appreciation, not feeling like you constantly need to be doing something for someone else.
That's nice.
Yeah.
It's true. Yeah, this time is for us to really reflect and renew ourselves too.
Yeah.
That's what I feel like that's what our earth wants us to be doing with this time.
Totally.
Anyway.
Yeah. So if at the end of this you don't drop a new album or something, then that's okay.
Yeah. Yeah, you took the time to be with yourself and be with your family and do some good things for you.
Yeah. So really want to think about that.
Yeah. Taking time to rest is so important.
Totally. Yeah, maybe what that time is for us to slow down. I noticed how much I go all the time.
Yeah,
that I'm like, I don't want to go back to that.
I know. That's what we say. I'm not going back to the way I was, working 10-hour days and then coming home and doing more work.
Spending half my life in my car, driving point A to point B. So it's definitely time to simplify. I feel like, which has been really nice.
Yeah, we have been.
Yeah.
Haven't been going to the store much. We've been using everything we have.
Right? Everything's eaten before we go buy new food.
I was thinking yesterday too, I was driving around and I'm like, I don't need to go to any stores. I don't feel the need that I need something. Or just going to the store to go to the store, going to Ross or something.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't need anything.
Oh yeah. Definitely been saving money.
Yeah.
For sure.
Oh yeah.
Which has been nice, yeah. So
I'm going to open the window because I think I'm smoking us out a little bit with the incense.
Always. All right, well, towards doing that, let's go ahead and get started lying on our backs. Kind of in a mini Shavasana here, so to get comfortable, if you like to use a blanket underneath your head, if that's more comfortable for you, or another great option is underneath your knees. Just finding some release in your low back, opening up your hips. Always an option. Just go and lay back and start to settle in. Go ahead and keep your strap, tie, belt, stuff you're using nearby. We're going to use that for our first couple postures in class. Let's go ahead and begin to soften in. Let your shoulder blades melt into the mat. Send awareness to your hip bones. Imagine them melting them down into the earth. Let your feet flop open. Work here to relax every muscle in your body, from your toes all the way up through the crown of your head. Sending awareness to our breath, that one thing that we can control in our body. Take a deep inhale, fill all the way up. And an open mouth exhale. Let it go. Another just like that. Big breath in. Feel your belly expand. And an open mouth exhale. Let everything go. One more time. Breathe in. And breathe out. Lick your lips and then seal your lips. Moving into our Ujjayi breath that we'll use throughout class. Inhale through your nose. Hold at the top. Find a slight constriction in the back of your throat for 3, 2, 1, and exhale out of your nose. Send all your awareness to the strong breath. See if you can start to create sound with your breath. Mimicking the sound of the ocean on your inhale, that sound of the waves, the water rather, collecting up to make a wave. And then that strong exhale, mimicking the sound of the water crashing on the shore. And moving into banana pose. Inhale, reach your arms up overhead. And then go ahead and take your arms over towards the right side of your space. Your fingertips can be interlaced if you like. And then you're going to take your feet and start heeling them over towards the right as well. Making this banana C-shaped curve with your body. Once you feel the stretch through your left side body, you can pause. Or continue to walk your heels and your fingertips over towards the right. Good. Keep length in both your hands and your feet as you reach in opposition. And then find space where you can soften, relaxing your shoulder blades down towards that mat, not crunching up into your neck. Breathe into the side body stretch. Option for your left foot to cross on top of your right. About halfway through the pose, so if you want to just maybe curve more into your body, here's the time to do it. Take a good morning stretch, reaching your arms up overhead, pointing your toes forward. And then slowly switch it out. Start by walking your fingertips and the crown of your head over towards the left. And then as you feel good there, keeping your shoulder blades on the mat, start to walk your feet over towards the left as well. Keep bumping your right hip towards the right. Get the stretch through your right side body. Option here to create a little bit more length by interlacing your palms and using your left palm to pull your right fingertips gently over towards the left. This deep stretch, find a space to soften, relax your jaw. And don't forget to come back to your breath. Option to cross your right leg over your left. Maybe take deeper of a stretch, walk your feet and fingertips more towards the left. And as you breathe here in this pose, I want you to think about this time of quarantine, this time of staying home. And pick one thing that you're grateful for right now. Opposition. And then go ahead and bring your knees into your chest. Give yourself a nice little squeeze and find that sway side to side, massaging out your low back, your kidneys. Beautiful option here. Go ahead and grab that strap or whatever you have. And you're going to take that strap and you're going to loop it around your right foot. And then with your left leg long, press your left heel into the earth and go ahead and extend your right leg up towards the sky. Now I want you to keep a micro bend in your right knee to avoid hyperextension. An option here to walk your fingertips up your strap. The further you draw your right toes up and overhead, the deeper the stretch. Target area here is your right hamstring. And I want you to hold on to your strap, but I want your arms to soften, so I don't want to be using your muscles. So relax your shoulder blades down towards the mat. And continue to draw your right toes up and overhead. We'll breathe here. Opportunity here to take this to your deepest point. No pain, but feeling uncomfortable is okay. Keep drawing those right toes towards your face. And now go ahead and press your foot into the strap. Point your toes up towards the sky for one full breath in. And a full breath out. Beautiful. Take your left palm to your left hip. Keep that strap in your right hand and start taking your right foot over towards the right. Stretch ears into your right groin, inner thigh. Now again, can you keep your shoulder blades relaxed on the earth? Your right elbow can stay on your mat. And then the more you draw your right toes up towards the right, the deeper the stretch in your right groin. Breathe. Slowly draw your right foot back to center. If you need to bend your knee for a moment, you can. Straighten it. Then you'll take the strap into your left palm, moving into a twist. Extend your right arm out nice and long. Bump your hips over towards the right slightly, so you come on your left hip. And then go ahead and drop your right leg over towards the left. Once you feel that stretch in your IT band, that tendon that runs from your right hip all the way down to your right knee, that's where I want you to pause. A little bit of a tip here, if you want more of a stretch, just keep kicking your foot into the strap. It'll intensify it. Or draw those right toes up towards your left shoulder. Breathe. Slowly draw your right knee back into center. Pull your knee into your chest, release that strap. And take some ankle circles here, left to right. And let's switch it out, extend that right leg long. Oh, I wish you could feel what I'm feeling.
I feel it through you.
And pull your left foot in and take that strap around your left foot. Extend your left foot up towards the sky. And then go ahead and walk your palms up. But then soften your shoulder blades down. Pause down. Good. Relax everything down into the mat. And the more you draw those left toes up towards your face, the deeper the stretch. up a little bit closer to your toes. And then relax your shoulder blades down. Beautiful. Go ahead and take that strap into your left palm. Bring your right palm to your right hip. Go ahead and drop your toes over towards the left, moving into your left inner thigh. The more you draw those left toes up towards your left shoulder blade, the deeper the stretch. And as we breathe here in this space, I want you to think about something that you've learned during this time of isolation and quarantine. I've learned that it's okay to slow down. It's okay to take some time and stillness and quiet.
I've learned that I can create my own reality and exactly how I want to live my life.
Slowly start to draw your left foot back into center. Take your strap into your right palm. Left palm comes to your left hip. And then go ahead and drop your right toes over towards the right. Your left toes, rather, over towards the right. IT band stretch here and maybe up into your glutes. Slowly start to draw your left foot back in. Release your strap, pull your left knee into your chest. So we take some circles here with your ankle, left to right. And then slowly grab behind the backs of your thighs, rock your way up to a seat. And then we'll move into a tabletop position for our next posture. And now before we move into our rolling panda pose, go ahead and sway your hips side to side. Add some release in your hips. And then some cats and cows here, cow pose. Drop your belly button down, sit your tailbone high. Draw your shoulder blades back and down away from your ears as you elongate the crown of your head up towards the sky. Breath in. And a breath out, cat pose. Tuck your chin towards your chest, around. Let your head hang nice and heavy. Good. With your breath, inhale to cow. And exhale to cat. 2 more. With your breath. Awesome. I'm going to do this pose sideways so I don't take Tori out. We're moving into thread the needle with an option for rolling panda. So I'll give you a few different variations. There you go. Good, root down into your left palm to start. Inhale, lift your right arm high. Take some circles here through your palm, left to right. And then thread the needle. Your right arm is going to come underneath your left. You can come on your forearm. Always an option to use a block underneath your forearm. Or come down onto your shoulder and you can use a blanket to help a little bit with height there. Or you can reach all the way down. Good, now for rolling panda pose, stay here. You're going to use your balance, extend your left toes out. And then the full variation, your left fingertips will walk up towards the right edge corner of your mat. And then you'll start to roll onto your right shoulder. Now ensure that you're not putting pressure into your neck. Keep pressing into your left foot, and you can tuck your right toes as well to help with stability. We'll be here for a while, so breathe into it. Remember here to maintain that strong Ujjayi breath. In moments like this where you start to feel uncomfortable or maybe a little anxious, your breath is the first thing to go. Just about 5 more breaths here. You're going to move out of it slowly. Walk your left palm back in if it's extended. Press into your left hand. Then go ahead and come back to a tabletop position. Shake those hips side to side. Good, and let's move on to the other side. Root down into your right palm. I guess I could have gone the other way so my butt's not in your face. Inhale, lift your left arm high.
You did on purpose.
Yeah. And then thread the needle, left arm comes underneath your right. Again, option for that blanket underneath your forearm or your shoulder blade. You can drop it all the way down to the mat. Now you're light on your left temple if it's placed in the earth. No pressure in your neck. And stay here, tuck your left toes for balance. Go ahead and extend your right toes out. First time I did this posture, I fully rolled out of it onto my back. So if that's you, that's fine. Your right palm can come for a bind, or take that right palm to the upper left-hand corner of your space and continue to roll onto your left shoulder blade. Breathe here. About 5 more breaths on this side. Moving slowly out of the pose, walk your right palm in, press into your hand. Coming back to a tabletop position. And then we'll come to sitting on our heels for a moment. Before we move into the next posture, it's going to be saddle pose. This one takes some setup. So what you're going to do, there's different variations. So you can start first by just sitting on your heels, knees wide. This is variation 1. Now you're going to take your blankets behind you so you can make your way back. Maybe a couple of them, depending on where you are. Then go ahead and just walk your fingertips back. Option 1, you can come onto your elbows if that feels good in your body. Or you can lay all the way down onto your backs, keeping your knees towards the earth. Now the other variation is if your hips are pretty opened, you can come bringing your toes out and then sit in between your heels. This is a super deep stretch on your knees, so it breaks up all that like extra tissue and fascia that's formed together on your kneecaps. So it's really good for knee injuries as well. So for this variation, I'm just scoot a little bit further forward. Go ahead and walk those palms back. You can stay on your elbows like this, stay lifted, just letting your body melt towards the mat. Or again, you can come onto a blanket or go ahead and lay all the way down onto your backs. So take your time, set that up. And know that you don't need to go fully into it right now. You can go in stages, moving slowly, being patient with your body. Without judgment. Remember that, no judgment.
This is your own practice.
Yep. About 1 more minute here. I give you the opportunity right now to think about someone that you've been quarantined with and what they have taught you. I've learned a lot in this time, but one thing I've noticed is that my youngest, Hayden, he's 5, he has spent so much time talking to himself and talking to his toys, and just the imagination that he has of a child is so awesome. I just love it that he's content being alone and just able to self-entertain without anyone else. I think sometimes we tend to lose our imagination as we get older, so I encourage you to tap into that childlike behavior. No one's there to call you crazy.
He was the first one that I thought of too.
Yeah.
Like, what have I learned from Hey Hey? The other day I was outside with him and he was just on the trampoline, like in like a ball position with all his other balls on the trampoline. Yeah. And I was just watching him like, that looks so nice.
Yeah.
He just looked like a little ball with all his balls.
And we'd love to hear what you've thought of, so always comment at the end. Let us know. Getting out of this posture can be a little bit tricky, so if you're laying all the way down on your backs, I'm going to press into your elbows. Use that strong core, press yourself up. And then come into a tabletop position. From this posture, I like to stretch my legs out, so press one of your legs back. Or is an option here to move into a downward facing dog if you like. Pedaling out the back line of your legs. And moving into a variation of fire log or half pigeon pose. I demoed fire log in my last video, so today I'll do half pigeon. So you're going to bring your right knee forward behind your right wrist, and then you're going to lay your shin down. Your shin is about at a check mark or a number 7. The further you bring your shin parallel to the top of your mat, the deeper the stretch will be in your hip. Good, and then go ahead and use your props. You can use your blocks. If your left hip is lifted, you can bring a block underneath your left hip or a blanket if you need like a little bit more cushion or support. Because the goal here is to have your hips square towards the front. You don't want your right or left hip sinking down further than the other. And then you can stay lifted here. Come on onto your forearms, again using your props or your blankets. Or go ahead and laying all the way down on your belly. Now, if you feel any pain in your knee, feeling uncomfortable is fine, but any pain in your knee joint, you can take this onto your backs in a figure 4 with the pinky side edge of your right foot crossed over your left knee, and then you can fold from there. So wherever you are, let's go ahead and settle in, sleeping pigeon. Just 3 more breaths here. Beautiful. Slowly rise back up onto your palms. You can take this rebound just in a seated position, or you can tuck your left toes and move back into a downward facing dog, finding movement or stillness, your choice. And then we'll take it to the left side. Going to come out onto your knees to start. Bring your left knee towards your left wrist. Lay your shin down on the mat. Again, walking your left toes up further forward to the top of your mat will deepen the stretch. And same thing, rocking your heel back will lessen the stretch slightly. Now option here to stay lifted where you are. Option again for those blankets. And then you can start to lower down as you're ready. Just 3 more full breaths here on this side. As you're ready, you slowly rise on up to your palms. Tuck your right toes, send your left foot back, taking it to down dog, stretching the back line of your legs, pedaling it out. Then go ahead and drop onto your knees. Paschimottanasana, seated forward fold. Extend your legs out in front of you. I'm going to demo this with some props. So an option here is to bring a blanket underneath your knees so you can fold a little bit better into it. And then either another blanket for your head or a block. Just going to reach your arms up overhead. And then fully round your spine, hinging forward. Grabbing for your knees, your calves, the outstarches of your feet, and then find a space for your head to rest. You can use a block or the blanket. Maybe you can fold all the way down to your knees. Just letting everything hang nice and heavy. Relax the muscles in your face, unclench your jaw. Relax those muscles in your forehead and surrounding your eyes. Just let everything melt over your thighs. Good. 3 more breaths here. On your inhale, slowly rise on up. Go ahead and move your blanket out of the way. Scoot your hips forward and take it down to our backs, the remainder of class. Good, moving into more of a yang posture right now, bridge pose, but good stretch for your spine and some core building. Bring your heels in towards your glutes, extend your arms out long. Press into your palms and your feet. Just go ahead and start to lift your hips up towards the sky. Good, now keeping this posture active. Keep drawing your knees towards one another. They don't need to touch, but still you feel your quadriceps engage. And then press so firmly into your palms and your shoulder blades that you can easily move your neck left to right. No strain in your neck or your spine. As you breathe, lifting your hips a little bit closer towards the sky. Just a little bit longer here, staying active. Squeeze those glutes. 3 more full breaths. Awesome. Come onto your tippy toes, lift your heels, lower all the way down to your back. Pull both knees into your chest. Give yourself a nice little squeeze. Moving into happy baby pose. Draw your knees out wide. Stamp the soles of your feet onto the sky. Let your knees come out. Stay here. Sway side to side. Awesome. Option here to move towards the wall for our final class. So pull both knees into your chest. And then come to sitting up. And then moving into legs up the wall. If you don't have a wall, that's fine. You can just bring your legs up towards the sky. Stay there. Or move into corpse pose if you'd rather, letting everything lay down like how we started class. But for legs up the wall, you're going to come first to the side, bring your right hip as close as you can to the wall, and then go ahead and lay down on your backs and extend your feet up. Good, relax your shoulder blades down, your arms are heavy. Good, taking one more collective breath together before we surrender. Deep breath in. And an open mouth exhale. And now slowly start to begin to reawaken your body by inviting your breath back in. Take a deep inhale, biggest one you've taken all day. And an easy exhale. Bring some life back into your fingers and your toes. If you're up against a wall, you can walk your feet back down, pull your knees into your chest, and then slowly roll onto one side, staying here for a moment. With your palm pressed into the earth, in gratitude for the support that is here for you. You are never alone. And go ahead and press yourself up to a seat on your mat. Easy pose, Sukhasana. And let's come to heart center, Samasthiti, soften as closed. Finding gratitude for yourself, for your abled body. Knowing that you are exactly where you're supposed to be. You are doing exactly what you're supposed to be doing. Drawing your thumbs to your third eye center, your center of light, knowledge, and intuition. May you be peaceful, be happy, be whole, but most importantly, just be. Bowing forward together as one. Namaste.
Namaste.
Thanks, you guys. What I was thinking about during practice, on the flip side of Hayden, who's totally happy just talking to himself and playing with his toys. Dylan, who is my eldest son, he's 14, he truly understands his need for connection with his friends and that human connection, so he has been so creative in finding ways to always spend time with his friends, even though he can't see them. He's constantly group FaceTime chat on his video game system, playing games with people. So I'm like, oh, and he's tells me how everyone's doing. So we also need that connection as well. So this is really why we do this, is to connect with you guys. And
it's good for kids to see their sense of community as well, too.
Totally, yeah, and just knowing that he needs it, he's definitely made a priority to connect with everybody. So, yeah, that's
thank you all for connecting with us.
Yeah, thank you very much. We love you. Hope you have a wonderful day. Namaste.
Namaste. And we just updated our YouTube as well. We put 2 new videos on there, so go check it out.
Yeah, and this one should be posted later today. So if you missed it, you can always send other people the link to. We love if you share it with people that don't have Instagram. That would be awesome because most people can access YouTube. So thank you. Good. Me too.